Flat Stanley had a dream, and that was to go up inside the Washington Monument. So, we went to the airport, got on a plane, flew across the country, and landed in Washington, D.C. There, we went into the train station, got on the metro, and rode the subway into downtown D.C. First, we went to the Spy Museum, but they didn't let us take any pictures inside. So, we jumped in a cab and went over to the Supreme Court and saw that. Then, right across the street, we went to the Capitol building. We got on a tour and walked around inside the Capitol. It was really big and very pretty. They also had a lot of statues inside, including this one of Lady Liberty, which is a replica of the statue that is on top of the Capitol. After that, we went over to the Library of Congress and looked around. It turned out to be the most beautiful building in Washington, D.C. Then we got on a train and rode the subway over to Pennsylvania Avenue, where we walked over and looked at the White House. After that, we walked down the hill back to the mall, played with the ducks a little bit, and we saw the Washington Monument, but first we were going to go to the Lincoln Memorial. Now, you may have seen the Lincoln Memorial before on the back of a penny, and if you look really closely at the penny, you can see Lincoln sitting in there exactly the way he sits in the Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln was the President of the United States during the Civil War and was really a good guy. Then we looked out over the reflecting pool, but it had been damaged in the earthquake, so it was empty. And there was the Washington Monument, but we didn't go there yet. We first went over to the Korean War Memorial, then over to the Vietnam War Memorial, where they have all the names of everyone killed or missing in action in the Vietnam War. And there's the Washington Monument again. But first, we decided to go play in the trees a little bit, visit the Martin Luther King Memorial, and then we walked over by the tide pool and looked at the Jefferson Memorial. After that, it was the World War II Memorial, then finally we went to the Washington Monument, but it was closed because it was damaged by the earthquake, so we didn't get to go inside. Instead, we got on the train, went and had a really good sushi dinner, then jumped in a cab and went over to the Kennedy Center where we saw a Herbie Hancock concert. After that, we went back to the hotel, got on the train the next day, and went down to the mall again, where we saw a guy juggling a bowling ball, a basketball, and a tennis racket right in front of the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. So we went in. They had whales, they had a giant squid, they had a walrus, they had a really cute otter. Look out for the hippopotamus! And they also had lions and tigers and bears, and they also... What's that? Oh, an elephant. Anyway, they had the world's largest diamond, the world's largest perfect crystal ball, they had a whole collection of real moon rocks, and a creepy mummy, and a skeleton, and a man and his dog skeletons, and dinosaur skeletons, and then we had to go. So we got on the train, took the subway over to the airport, and as we were flying away, we looked back down on Washington, D.C., and Stanley thought, well, I didn't get up in the Washington Monument, but maybe next time I visit, I will.